Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. What a just a wild, action-packed week in fantasy football. We're going to do a bunch of stuff here in the bag check. We're going to look at our teams in Best Ball Mania. Maybe we're going to take a little look at the big board as well. We're going to sweat out our high-stakes FFPC main event teams, our high-stakes NFC teams. We are going to look and see if we have any eliminator sweats. We're going to look at the results from DraftKings yesterday. We're going to look at the results from Underdog Fantasy yesterday as well. I've been playing pretty good. I've been playing pretty good in the battle royales. Actually, I'm pretty proud of myself. I think that obviously the masterclass from Peter, John, and Nez has helped out to a good degree. CeeDee Lamb, rest in peace, CeeDee Lamb. Rest in peace to James Conner. Najee Harris, season-ending injury, season-ending Achilles injury from him there as well. And look, man, it is September 22nd, and as of right now, I am advancing at least double-digit teams in Best Ball Mania. Some of my other teams are fairly close. And yes, big shout-outs to PD. So if you guys have not used bbmdb.app, or if you have not helped out our boy PD, bbmdb.app, I would encourage you to do that. So I think let's just dive in. Let's just check out and look at some of these teams. What I want to do is I want to start out looking at some of these third place teams and see how close they were. So here's my first third place team. Really, what I want a sense of is how many teams do I have that are just dead? How many teams do I have that are dead? How many teams do I have that are looking good? How many teams do I have that are looking bad this early? Wow, GM to Mr. Ben Weaver, 10 gifted memberships. I salute you, sir. Of course, a reminder that anyone joins and becomes a member of the channel gets to hang out with us in the Discord, get some members-only content. I think probably what I'm going to do is one of the BR streams is going to end up being a members-only stream. So this is the first team that we're looking at here. This is a third-place team that has Caleb Williams, Geno Smith. It's a Jonathan Taylor team. It's a Breece Hall team, which you don't love. It has the unholy trinity of Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt, Byshal Tootin, and Brashard Smith. Sadly, it does also have Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Deebo Samuel, Jacoby Myers, Trey Harris. Not great. I wish every Dante Thornton team was a Trey Tucker team. Pat Bryant, oof. Pat Bryant stuff looking really bad right now in fantasy football. Pat Bryant played 5 snaps yesterday on offense for the Denver Broncos. I did, of course, the usage notes over on patreon.com/DavisMattic. A link to that is in the description. And Pat Bryant was one of the biggest fellas that I think you could just cut Pat Bryant basically in any league right now. Alec Manor, nice. Trey McBride, Colson Loveland. That team certainly is not dead. What about this team? Jaden Daniels and Bryce Young. So I got nothing at quarterback. James Conner, dead. This team stinks. This team is probably not going to be advancing, so I can probably wipe this one away. Sad, many such cases. Wish this was a 3-quarterback team, and every James Conner team is going to be a tough one to look at. What about this third place team? Hurts and Dak, Chase Brown, that's a yikes. Jalen Warren, that's a win. J.K. Dobbins is a win. Jaden Blue, Keaton Mitchell, yikes, obviously. Kyle Monangai, yikes, adjacent. Jefferson is a yikes. George Pickens, arguably good for him with Lamb out of the lineup. Pearsall, Reed, oof. Igbuka, Demario Douglas, Jalen Noel, Kavontae Turpin, how about it? And then Trey McBride and Jake Ferguson. Wow, this man Jupp had Trey Tucker against me in the Eliminator. Imagine going up against Trey Tucker in the Eliminator. So, Max, I know it's tempting to say that you feel good about drafting Kyle Monangai. The issue with Kyle Monangai is he's not very good, so that's a pretty big limiting factor. The other thing that is obviously not great about Monangai is that they are doing this DJ Moore stuff, not because they think DJ Moore is a good running back, but because they know they don't have any other good running backs. Monangai is like marginally going to be a win in the 18th round, but Kyle Monangai is like not like a good player who is going to be in line for a ton of volume. effectively. Yes, hopefully, we are certainly hoping that the CeeDee Lamb high ankle sprain is a fake Mason Taylor one. Was I light on Chase Brown in best ball? Honestly, I do not know. I didn't love Chase Brown once he got mega expensive. We can go ahead and check my overall exposures, but I don't know. Let's go see. Chase Brown exposure. Yeah, Chase Brown 6.9%. So a little bit light, relatively speaking. No, Tank Bigsby is dead, man. Tank Bigsby got traded to a team with 3 running backs they like more than him. Tank Bigsby is not happening in fantasy football this year. Chase Brown is cooked. Every Cincinnati Bengal is cooked. They got Jake Browning starting, bro. It's over. Chase Brown was a really good bet when he was free. Chase Brown was a 10th round pick, a 9th round pick, an 8th round pick last year. These guys are he's just not very good. Yes, Chase Brown is literally the quintessential dead zone back, which is a bit of a bummer. Yeah, I drafted Tank Bigsby. I'm not meaning to cast aspersions on people who drafted Tank Bigsby. I drafted Tank when it looked like he was potentially starting for the Jaguars, but it's just not going to happen. That team I would mark closer to being dead. What about one of these third place teams? Goff and Stafford, Bijan, James Cook, Jordan Mason, Blake Corum, good 18th round pick. Brown, Adams, Addison, Ayuk. Oof. Paid a lot of ceiling prices here. Igbuka. Kyle Williams not looking great. Tutu Atwell, bad. Ty Felton, bad. Sam Laporta and Strange deals fine. Yeah, man. Nico BTJ teams not feeling good. That is like one of the worst starts you could have right now, which is a bummer. I mean, Pacheco is dead too. Like if you're holding out hope for Isaiah Pacheco in fantasy, that's over. That's dead. If anything, it's only going to get worse for Pacheco when they start playing Brashard Smith more. It's cooked. GM, sir, should I buy low on Tyreek Hill? Depends on how low you can buy. Everything is always a matter of price. I did draft some Gadsden. I believe that I have 2 Aronde Gadsden teams in Best Ball Mania. Yes, Jonathan Taylor, I completely agree with this. Jonathan Taylor certainly looks like this year's Saquon Barkley because Jonathan Taylor is Saquon Barkley, but on a good team. My take. Oh no, James Cook and Pacheco are definitely the same. Pacheco's just bad. He broke his leg and he's not good anymore. You know, I'm pretty certain that if James Cook broke his leg, he also would not be good anymore. Also, James Cook plays on a good team and Isaiah Pacheco plays on a bad team. So that is a pretty big difference as well. Come on, show me it. Let's let this be an amazing third place team. Purdy and Lawrence, okay, bad. Christian McCaffrey and A-Chain. Aaron Jones, oof. Scattaboo. All right, JSN, Mike Evans, Travis Hunter, Jalen Waddle, Jaden Reed, 0. Darius Slayton, 0. Damian Brown, 0. Strange, Otten, Fannin. That team could be okay. I actually don't think Pacheco is going to get healthy scratched. I just think he just is going to keep getting like 8 rushes a game or whatever. What I make of the Travis Hunter situation is that the Jaguars coaching staff decided he's a better defensive player than an offensive player. And, that is what it is. I would make the Travis Hunter bet again with the information that we had at the time. But there's just, with the information we had at the time, I think Travis Hunter was a very good pick where he was going. You're not going to win a lot in fantasy football. That's the thing. A lot of the times when you're making these marginal calls, you are just going to lose a lot of the time. And you will get people who then come back and say, well, it was obvious, dude. Travis Hunter sucks, dude. You should have known that Travis Hunter was not going to be able to get open on offense, dude. I mean, it just happens, guys. Sometimes you lose. Well, no, not even sometimes. A lot of the time you lose. And then the guy who drafts De'Ami Brown and gets 1 touchdown out of him in week 2 says, "Oh, he's awesome." I don't think this is exactly true, Don, that they were surprised at the level of play that Parker Washington has given him. I think their plan was to use Travis Hunter as like basically their version of Josh Downs, but he just hasn't been. He hasn't really been that good. Also, as Steve notes, it is literally week 4, so in week 4 there's a lot of time left. And yes, this would be the key stat. Week 1, Travis Hunter played 6 defensive snaps. In week 3, he played 69% of the defensive snaps. I suppose I would want to dig a little bit more into the data as to why that is, but it's not great. I mean, it's not what you want. If you drafted Travis Hunter in the 4th round and the 5th round, it's definitely not what you want. All right, here, a 2nd place team all the way down here. All right, let me show me a good 5th place team here. Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Bijan, Jacobs, Brees, Rico. This is honestly a reasonable team. Sutton, Judy, Myers, Burden, Shaheed, Ayuk. Well, I wish KLS was QJ. Some of these are reasonable teams. Some of these teams are like not dusted. Well, that team was a Luther Burden right there. I mean, Luther Burden, Mac Nova, we feel really good about Luther Burden. He did only run 9 routes yesterday. He was 7th on the Chicago Bears on Sunday in routes run. Now, do we think that is going to continue for the rest of the year? I mean, I don't think so. Like, particularly because Loveland hurt his hip yesterday as well. Yeah, the Jaguars did have a cornerback injury. Yeah, Matthew Golden, again, so funny. Matthew Golden almost had a 99-yard touchdown again yesterday, and he caught this one, but basically Jordan Love led him towards the sideline, but he should have been led obviously in the middle of the field, right? So if you view a football field this way, Jordan Love angled the ball out of bounds, and if he would have led him in, 99-yard touchdown. Calvin Ridley, worst pick in 2025? No, Isaiah Pacheco, right? It's got to be. Who is a worse health-related pick than Isaiah Pacheco? Because everything, and I liked Pacheco. I drafted a lot of Pacheco. He was one of the few guys I drafted more than 10% of. But if you think about it, everything that anyone would have said about Pacheco was wrong. He's not good. He has not regained any of his efficiency. He has not had a good role. Oh, yeah, Caleb. Sorry, Caleb is the worst pick. That's better. I totally disagree on this Genty stuff. Totally disagree. I'm giving myself like one more week on Gent. I mean, the workload is not really been that bad, but it's feeling okay. But yeah, I like it. Okay. All right, show me a good 5th place team here. Mahomes and Geno, Trevion. Oh God, look at this slap ass running back room. This team's probably dead. There's too many rookies here. You never know. Maybe this team's good. Mayfield, Caleb, Tua, Gibbs, Bucky, Pollard, Scatterboot. That is a good running back room. Sadly, it does not have any wide receivers. Every time I took Darius Slayton, I really wish every time I took Darius Slayton, I would have just done something else instead. Absolutely. Yeah. I would say Genty would be if I said Amarian Hampton last week was my number 1 buy low player. Ashton Genty would be my number 1 buy low player right now. Wow, a lot of Trey Tucker for Kirk in the big board. Well, shout out to you, Kirk. Yeah, maybe this team actually is reasonable. K-Dotton stinks, though. K-Dotton back-to-back weeks with 0 targets and 90% snap shares. All right, here's a team that's in 4th. Dak and Gino, Gibbs, JT, oof, Tracy, Spears, oof, Sanders, oof, Jordan James, oof. Dante Thornton in the 14th round. Jalen Nolan is a 0, sadly. Yeah, we're okay. Ooh, how much Benson do I have? I honestly don't think very much. I did not really like Benson. Yeah, 2.9% of Benson. Not great. Probably not going to be my year, man. The issue with Scattaboo being a league winner, Mr. GME, is that the Giants are still going to suck on offense. Right? Yeah, Genty over JT is bad. Yeah, I mean, look, if we got to go back in time and say, oh, well, the Colts are going to be, like, if I just told you in June that the Colts were going to be undefeated and having punted once, you would have been like, oh, well, I'm taking JT in the first round every time. Right. Yes, they sucked on offense last night, but this is just what you see with running backs on teams who suck. So Scattaboo got the touchdown last night, which is great. But if you take away the touchdown, he would have had a 14.5 point game. Which is like good, you know. No, Dart is not starting until week 5 against the New Orleans Saints. Now, if Dart is good, well, first off, that would be very good for me because I believe Jackson Dart is my most drafted quarterback by percentage. So I would take that. Trade Jamar Chase and Javonte Williams to get CSN and JSN. Absolutely. That is straight up. Oh, Jackson Dart definitely can be good. I certainly hope that he is. Breece Hall is not going to get traded. We're just not really allowed fun things in the National Football League. So Jaden Blue is a 0. Hampton is a win. Tootin is a win. Guerrero is a loss. I think I would side towards Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt being a win. To be determined. Pacheco is a loss. Harvey is a loss. That one could turn around. Harvey could turn around pretty quickly. Bigsby is a clear loss. Warren is a clear win. Woody Marks is a clear win. Brashard Smith's probably a loss. Henderson's a win. Judkins is a win. Kyron is a win. A-Chain, to be determined. Mason is a win for sure. Caleb Johnson, massive L. My God, Caleb Johnson. Chargers wide receiver will have the most points? Lad. No, Worthy goes in like the 14th round if we redraft it today. He's unclickable. Oh yeah, Woody Marks, huge win yesterday. He ran more routes than Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb played 33 snaps. Woody Marks played 30. It's Woody Marks, I'm probably as soon as next week, leads the Houston Texans in backfield touches, I would think. QJ, look, I love QJ. I love QJ for my boy Mason Dodd for Fantasy Flock. Guys, I'm begging you fellas. I'm begging you. Please be serious. Yes, lad. Yes, it's wish casting. Yes, I'm wish casting. All right. Let's go find my worst team. All right, this is my lowest scoring team. I drafted this on May 5th. Joe Burrow and Justin Fields, That is a yikes. That's a yikes. Trevion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Ramondre. Oh my God, this is so bad. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Jameson. Oh, well, that is how you don't draft a fantasy football team. Oh, I didn't say I think QJ is totally legit. I mean, look at these running backs on this team. I'm gonna be lucky to get 6 points. Oh, that's so bad. All right, this one will probably be equally funny. Oh, this is a 4 running back team with Fields, Purdy, and Dart, Gibbs, A-Chain, Chase Brown, Jaden Blue, Worthy, LOL, Hunter, LOL. This is just as bad as it gets. This team absolutely stinks. What was I even thinking? That is horrible. All right, here's another really bad one. 243 points. Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence. Wow, a Jonathan Taylor team that's that dusted. Caleb Johnson, Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, Brashard Smith, Marshawn Lloyd. Oh, God, that is so painful. Lamb, Rice, Hunter. Oh, God. I mean, this is just some unbelievable stuff. Look at that shit. All right, here's one on August 15th that's also in 12th place. Well, okay. I mean, a lot of these are going to be Burrow teams, right? Just total no hopers. These are just no hopers. Like you can just mark this off as dead immediately. Jalen McMillan, Demario Douglas. A lot of these are in August, which is kind of interesting. These totally dead ones in August. Fields, Tua, Dart, dead, totally dead running back room. Why did I ever take Tyrone Tracy? Yeah, we'll probably do a DBQ today. Looks like they just opened up the BRs. Oh, this is awful. Just to even look at this is painful. I don't want to look at any more of these. Let's oh no, we can. Let's find another. Here's another 12th place team. Lawrence, Stroud, McCarthy, Hubbard, Aaron Jones, dude. What was I doing? God. Colston Loveland. James Conner and Najee Harris suffered season-ending injuries yesterday. Man, these are just, wasting a Hampton team. Baker, Ward, Shuck, LOL. Hampton, B-Rob, Warren. I mean, this one's dead, but at least I can tell myself, like, maybe if everything happens exactly right. Oh, God. I got to find a way to just not draft teams that are totally dead next year. Because these are just, like, unbelievable. Like, these are total no-hopers. Tyreek, T, Pickens, Golden, Shaheed, Kyle Wimp, 17th round Keenan Allen on a total no-hoper. That just really hurts. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you take Burrow. I'm sure I was like excited about them too. Trey Benson to the moon. I don't think he's quite top 10. I will probably try and do rest of season rankings at some point. Sam, I'm so sorry to do this to you, man, but I'm certain that your hero Chess Liam has bad teams too. I don't mean to cast your hero in poor light, but your favorite guy Chess Liam also has teams that are totally dead. Like this team is 100% zero. Like this team is 0% to advance, and it's fine that Liam drafted it, but everyone is going to draft some teams that are totally dead. It is the way it is. If we're redoing ADPs, where's Trey Tucker going? Probably right exactly where he just went. Honestly, do we think there's? I don't really think there's any chance that there is like a big adjustment for Trey Tucker. All right, let's check the Eliminator. I wonder if I've got any sweats tonight. I am advancing 20 teams of 46, so a little bit under expectation, actually. I wonder... All right, here's some that are in flux. Here's 69% versus Maharaja. So I have left to play Gibbs. He's done at running back. He has no one left to play. So I need Gibbs to outscore Tet by a good bit. Okay, that one looks good. Here's one. So this guy's just about done. I've got David Montgomery and Zay Flowers left to play. He has no one left. Oh, he's got Goff left to play. So that one is fairly close there. Man, these are really interesting. So some of these I'm just drawing like super thin in. Let's see here. All right, here's a 1%er. I'm not even going to click on that one. Let's look at this one that PD has as a 19%er. And maybe these are just not fully updated yet. So these are not fully updated yet because I don't have anyone else left to play. Shout out to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins for their efforts on this one. Absolutely miserable. Just horrible, horrible stuff there. Losing a Jordan Mason team stinks too. Elam payouts are next week, I believe, right? The odds I get an Eliminator team to week 10 are like 0%. All right, let's see. 27%. I have got left to play. No one left to play. Shout out to Rushy Rice, man. Thank you for your... Oh, I'm on the right side. I've got Jahmyr Gibbs going tonight, and I've got just Jahmyr Gibbs. My best ball teams are probably doing pretty bad, but what can you do? Too late. All right, here's one versus... This is a true coin flip, according to P. Oh, okay, he's done. I have Goff potentially replacing Rodgers, 12.7. I've got Justice Hill potentially replacing Ollie Gordon, 9.8. Flowers for Malik Washington, 4.7. So this one, I would say feels pretty good. I mean, I need a big one there. In a 12-man league, traded Puka for Henry. Well, that's on you for starting Patrick Mahomes in fantasy football, brother. Should have found my channel sooner. Can't be starting Mahomes in fantasy football right now. Gritty is way above me, bro. Gritty is like 4 times as likely to win Best Ball Mania than I am. We can go. Gritty has good teams, man. You guys are hating on the Gridster. All the guy does is absolutely draft shippers. He advanced a bunch of teams last year too. I'd love to get really all I want out of the Eliminator is to get like a week 8 matchup versus Karain. That's really all I want, man. Or Liam or Peter or whatever. I mean, I guess Henry could get 35. I don't know. How many times has Henry got 35 in his career? Probably not that many. Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea because like I don't think I drafted particularly slappy this year, and like I just don't really know. I don't really know what else to do, man. What else can I do? I think Tootin was a win. Shaheed is like maybe a small win. I guess Bowers was bad. Worthy's bad. Golden's bad. Knowles bad. Hunter's bad. Pickens is whatever. Warren is a win. Goff's whatever. Guarendo's a loss. Rashard Smith is a loss. Jaden Blue is a loss. Geno is whatever. Slayton is a 0. Jameson Williams is whatever. Higgins is a 0. Purdy sucks. Jennings sucks. Henderson maybe good. Tesla bad. Corey Krosky-Merritt depends on your perspective. Jordan Addison, we don't know. T. Higgins will be a 0. Algiers good. Hampton's good. Myers is whatever. Tet is whatever. Corum maybe trending towards a win. Jahmyr Gibbs probably trending towards a win. Breece Hall probably trending towards a loss. Jaden Reed is a 0. Dobbins trending towards a win. Pacheco is a 0. Strange, honestly, probably a win. McCarthy is a 0. Maybe a slight win on Burden. I don't know, man. I just don't know. F you, troll me. My man. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Hope to see you in the Discord. Well, I would say Purdy is bad because he's just already injured. And the same reason that Bowers is bad. You guys, when you get injured, it's very hard to get healthy. It's just that I think that's the craziest thing about football that we don't think a lot about is that when you're hurt, like Brock Bowers injured his knee in the middle of the season, right? He's not gonna get healthier. Like he's gonna play for a lot of this season, but he's hurt. And same thing for Purdy. Like Purdy is going to play. He's going to come back, but he's already hurt, and he's got a bunch of zeros. I said Chase was a bad 101 from the beginning. I thought Chase was a bad 101. I said that a bunch of times. He is like he's got the worst profile of a 101 that we've ever had. Chase, he was a bad 101. It just is. I don't know. I didn't make it up. Guy had four 100-yard games last year. But yeah, exactly. You had to or you couldn't get him. Well, sure, but the thing is you've already eaten 2 zeros from Purdy. You're probably going to eat one more. Jared Goff went 20 picks later than him, and you got 0 zeros from Jared Goff. Worthy was bad process. The guy weighs he just was never happening with him. Can't stay healthy, brother. Too small. Evans has a hamstring injury. I don't think he's done for the year, but he has it's the same injury that he had last year. Yeah, we can look at main event teams. All right, let me do the timestamp for that. Main event teams. These actually went really well. Think there is a chance that there's a chance to go undefeated in mains. Booked a win here with Leone. Looks like we have a sweat in Dynasty. We need Jahmyr Gibbs. We need Jahmyr Gibbs to outscore Zay Flowers by 5 tonight. All right, so this is the main event with Destroyer is which team? This is with Ron, I believe. So we are gonna lose this one. Oh no, this was the slow draft. This was the slow draft. Jordan Love, Alvin Kamara. Oof. Man, we just had nothing at quarterback, huh? Jordan Love, Alvin Kamara, Bucky Irving. Garrett Wilson was very nice. We started Ridley. We started Ridley over Igbuka because of the... Dang, would we have won if we started Igbuka? We would have won. Yep. If we start Igbuka over Ridley, we win. That is unfortunate. So this is the slow draft main, and that is a really bad... Oof. Was Hampton a good process? I don't know. I'm biased because Hampton is like my second most drafted player. And I think he's, like, in my opinion, this stuff was always coming for Hampton, but I am also, I'm biased. So where's this team in the standings? So we're going to be 1-2 with not a particularly high amount of points scored, but no one is really running away with this one. The issue is, so we definitely are going to bench Ridley for Igbuka next week. I don't know. That team could be okay. I'll put that one in the maybe pile. All right. This one is with a bunch of my co-owned buddies. Okay, we still would have lost. Good to know. Thank you, GME holder. All right. So we need, really, we just need if Jake Bates makes a field goal tonight, this team will be a win. And we are already 2-0, so we're going to move to 3-0 if Jake Bates makes one field goal tonight. Hurts, Pacheco. Oh, these running backs are so bad. Pacheco and Chase Brown, please tell me we have something good on the bench. Jacoby Myers, Devonta Smith, Jake Ferguson, JSN, CD. Oh, no. Oh, God. We are dusted at running back. We do have Kincaid, so we can sub out Lamb for Kincaid and at least have something. But we are really dusted at running back for a 3-0 team. Oof. McNichols like barely played. McNichols played like 13 snaps. He just scored a long touchdown. That will be McNichols. McNichols will not score. Will McNichols get 13 points in the next month of games? Probably not. All right, so 3-0, but definitely treading water there. All right, Arcade Fire. This is the co-owned one with Ron. We are very narrowly projected to win. So we need Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams to outscore Tyler Loop by 13. And in the standings, we are technically the 4 seed right now. We are 1-1. And we have scored 207. That can't be right. 279 points. So we definitely need this win. Yeah, that team would... Imagine how good that team would be with Hampton instead of Kamara. All you need to do to become a member, if you would like to, would be you can just follow the link in the description of the video you're watching, because you can't do it on mobile. So there's a link in the description, Joey, and I will also toss this one. I'll toss that in the YouTube chat. Check it out if you'd like. This team, I mean, we have Daniel Jones. We got Bill. This is a good team. This is the slappy team with oh, wait, Arcade Fire is the slappy team with Shope. Olave PPR scamming. This, oh, Zach Ertz, you are going to the bench, brother. Zach Ertz played fewer snaps than Ben Sinnott yesterday. All right, Arcade Fire. Again, I'm putting that one marginally. That team certainly has some juice. Managed is so much easier than best ball. All right, this one. So this one, you see the score right now, 74 to 119. You're like, oh, these guys are dead. No, look at this. This is a crazy. This is going to be a barn burner tonight because we have Lamar, Henry, and Flowers, and the Detroit kicker versus Jahmyr Gibbs. No, Joey, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys who are members of the channel, who support fighting the good fight. Yeah. 143 to 137 projected points. He got Javonte, so shout out to him. Got a little bit let down by Tyler Warren. He started Keon Coleman instead of TJ Hawkinson, which, to be fair, I probably would have advised, but man. The thing is Ben Sinnott played 33 snaps yesterday, but he ran 7 routes. He ran the same amount of routes as Colson Yankoff. So wait, how many points is that we need? 119 minus 74. So we need 45. We probably need 60 points out of Lamar, Derrick Henry, and Flowers. 60, 65 points out of those guys. Well, yeah, Sinnott snaps versus you are right that it's fake. No, that's fair, Benny. It is fake. So I would say that team is honestly trending towards being pretty good as well. Where is that at in the standings? Still pretty good, honestly. 1-1, 291. I mean, theoretically, we could maybe be the highest scoring team in the league. So that's pretty strong. Absolutely laid the smackdown on the team with Reeves, Silva, Thorman, and JJ. Look at this, dude. 161, 23 from Mariota. Ramondre did suck. 24 from Hampton. Only 9 from Chase. 22 from AJ Brown. 27 from Jake Ferguson. 15 from Rome. J-Mo left to play tonight. 14 from Butker. 17 from the Seattle defense. We have Chig on the bench. We have Tootin on the bench. We have Harvey on the bench. We have Miles Sanders on the bench. We got to figure out quarterback on this team. But once we figure out quarterback on this team, we are going to be crushing. So I would say the FFPC portfolio is looking pretty good. I mean, these teams all look pretty strong. Some of them are good to great. And we already booked one win here. We booked a win because Mahomes couldn't get to what he needed. Mahomes needed to get to 21. I'm tied with my op. He has Henry and you have St. Brown. I mean, I think you probably win, Jacob. I'm rooting for you at least. All right. We won because of what? Well, really, we just got lucky. Kareem Hunt on the bench, Dowdle on the bench. So this team is thin as shit. This team is very thin, but it is going to advance to be 2-1. And it has not scored very many points, 216. So there we go. I mean, best ball teams may be looking slightly below average, but managed stuff on FFPC looking pretty good. Let's check over on the NFC. Very first team I checked in first place. Let's see, which team is this? So this is the co-managed one with Nate Noling. Let's check the live scoring this week. Gino 34, Saquon 9, James Cook 20, JSN 20, Tet and Kirk sucked. McBride scored a touchdown. How about Cam Scattaboo in the flex? That's how it's done, boys. That is how it's done. Wow. God, you love to see that. Yeah, Kyle Williams is pretty dead. Well, maybe not because Mac Hollins stinks. Oh, buddy. What do we got? Okay. Well, the bench is not great. We have Ollie Gordon on the bench. We have Godwin on the bench. We have Juwan Jennings on the bench. This team is a fucking wagon. I mean, imagine if Barkley starts scoring touchdowns. Dart is starting for the Saints in week 7. That's when Dart is coming. All right, so that's the co-managed team with Nate. Here's the co-managed team with Soccer Dave. We are in first place. First place. Me and Soccer Dave, first place. Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Mike Evans, Devonta Smith, Khalil Shakir, Harold Fannin, whatever, Olave, Jaguars we got Tootin on the bench. We've got Hollywood on the bench, Jennings on the bench. So that's a pretty good team. That's a pretty good team. I don't think the team with Leone is as good. Fourth place. Okay. Gino, JT. Oh, James Conner. That sucks. All right. Jefferson, Pickens, Keon, McBride. So who are we going to replace James Conner with? Oh, Scattaboo. We've got Scattaboo. We're absolutely yes, it is. It's the JT team that everyone was mad about. Yes, it was Ball is Life. It was. That's a good point. All right, if the stat chasing guys think Kyle Williams is going to get there, I would be inclined to agree. The thing with Kyle Williams is he's blocked from getting the design shit because that's all Diggs, and he's not as good of a run blocker as Mac Hollins. And Kayshon Boutte is like a 90% snap share guy, so he will have to displace Hollins basically. Wow. So a second place, a first place, and a fourth place on the NFFC. These are all good teams. I mean, dare I say, these are the teams you'd expect from a top 25 fantasy football player on earth. I mean, these are all really good teams. Let's go, dude. Let's go. We're winning some money in seasonal fantasy football right now. All right, now I will show you guys a bad team. So those are all really good teams. Now I will show you guys a bad team. Okay, so I'm playing Ian Harditz this week in the Fantasy Life Championship over on RT Sports. I got 4 points from Woody Marks. I got 8 from Byshell Tootin. I got 9 from Jamar Chase. I got 3 from Travis Hunter. I got 2 from Jerry Jeudy. I did get 12 from DJ Moore, and I have Lamar and Woody Marks left to play tonight. I mean, this team is so bad. What do you even do? I mean, I guess I could start Ollie Gordon. This is the funniest team to check every week because I just lost my mind and by lost my mind, I mean, I was doing another draft at the same time and didn't know this one was happening. And Liam was actively tilting me. Liam was just like actively. It's true. Wicks played pretty good yesterday. Oh, McWeapon is starting next week. Yeah, I will be starting McWeapon over Tootin next week, probably on this team. All right. Okay, let's go back over and look at BBMDB. Let's look at some of our favorite people. Let's go Daily Rojo. Let's check Daily Rojo, brother. 40% Luther Burden. My third round pick on this team here. I will show you this just because it's so funny. So keep in mind, I'm literally doing, I am drafting a main event team, which basically it's my most viewed video on this channel every single year. It's the main event that I do with Thorman and Reeves and all these guys. Where can I get the board? I guess the board won't pop up. Here you go. So I start the draft. I'm drafting the 101. I take Jamar Chase. I just totally panic right here. I take Lamar basically for no reason because I'm auto drafting. And then I panic. I realize I'm on the clock and I take Xavier Worthy. Not loving that. Not loving that, bro. But I don't know. It's very funny. I got too many tabs open. There we go. Here's my BBMDB. Let's go to leaderboard. All right. Let's check Peter. Peter is advancing 22% of his teams. He's got a team high up here in the leaderboard. Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, Rashad White, wow. Just total zeros in the running back room. But it doesn't matter because all that matters in fantasy football is the guys who smash. If you had a strong redraft team in PPR, would you try and trade Walker and Keenan for Barkley? Yes, I would. That's a very smart trade of you. Judkins is a huge positive. Honestly, the only thing that I could offer as a counter would be he is still likely to see a suspension at some point. That's all. Well, and maybe he's not. Maybe he's not even likely to see a suspension, but he's drawing very live to be suspended at some point. Although it's a weird look from the league for Judkins to let him return, like sign and then return, and then also let him play and then suspend him. AJ Brown, Roma Dunze, Ricky Pearsall, Matthew Golden, Brandon Ayuk, Keon Coleman. That's a good team. Good team, Peter. Classic. All right, let's go. Daily Rojo. Daily Rojo is advancing a nice 14.7% of his teams. He's got a smasher up here with Purdy. Oh, well, 18th round Daniel Jones, Bijan, JT, Henderson, Tootin, Chubb, Garrett Wilson, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, Jennings, Ayuk, Burden, QJ, Kyle Pitts, Hunter Henry, Dalton Schultz. I wouldn't say probably no. I'd say it's like minus 117 that Judkins is suspended for like a small period of time. Yeah, man. Penix played really bad yesterday. Had to move my monitor. If I was a big Penix guy, I would be concerned by those results, I think. Stat chasing guys think suspension rate for Judkins is close to 0. I mean, I would disagree with that. No way is it close to 0. All right, who else can we look at? All right, let's see. Chess Liam is a nice 23 of 150. He's got a team in 732nd. Josh and Fields, Barkley, Ken Walker, Pacheco. That's very funny. Brian Robinson and Javonte. AJ Brown, Jameson Williams, Deebo Samuel, Keon Coleman. What if he goes for 1,510? Rashid Shaheed, Pat Bryant, Andre. Oh, wow. Liam drafted a Trey Tucker team. So the deal with the NFL is something can be dismissed judicially, but you are still subject to the personal conduct policy. So the NFL can suspend you whenever they want. The NFL, if they deem that you have violated their personal conduct policy, they can suspend you at any given time. Here's how stuff went on DraftKings yesterday. This was the team that I played in cash games. Marcus Mariota, 21 points. Christian McCaffrey, Jordan Mason, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, Puka Nacua, Trey McBride, Ken Walker, and the Commanders defense. Basically the easiest cash of my lifetime. Things went pretty easy on DraftKings yesterday. I get people just play bad early in the season. Is really all that it. Not that I played like that well, but the Browns. Yes, this is bullish, Andrew. You do make a good point. I completely agree with you. The difference between the YouTube and the Patreon sub, the YouTube is cheaper. It's only $5 a month. The YouTube gets you access to the Discord. The YouTube gets you some members-only stuff, members-only videos, things like that. I guess I need to do a better job fleshing out exactly what that is. Patreon also gets you Discord access, but it's more expensive. It's $10 a month on patreon.com/DavisMattic. You get my Monday morning notes. So every Monday morning on Patreon, I do usage, injury, all like evaluation, analysis for every fantasy relevant player that played on Sunday. I do waivers on Tuesday. I do rankings on Thursday. And I do the NFL DFS top plays on Friday. And Showdown podcasts. So if you play Showdown, you get that analysis on patreon.com/DavisMattic. Yeah. Keenan Allen over Jacoby. I know. Classic. Yeah, that one was pretty easy. Just like cash games early in the year, pretty easy. And then I played what I thought was like a pretty chalk donkey team in the SPY. Let me pull up the SPY. Oh, these are all my here. How many first place teams do I have on DraftKings? First or second place, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 teams that are currently advancing on DraftKings. I don't know if that is above or below expectation. All right, I got to find this chalk donkey team I played in the SPY because it was not very good. No cash here in the SPY. They didn't do the big one this week either. Yeah, every week I do the same thing every single week. I post $51 head-to-heads. I post $52 head-to-heads. I post $53 head-to-heads, $55 head-to-heads. Then I just enter in all the single entry double ups. And then I play like 4 or 5 tournament teams. I have no Daniel Jones in my fish. I don't think so. There were a lot of reasons. There were a lot of reasons, I think, to be skeptical about Daniel Jones. I didn't draft very much of him. Sando had the identical team in cash, CD instead of Puka, and the Texans defense. Yeah, that sucks. I played CD instead of Puka on FanDuel and got punished for it. All right, so I did do the Herbert thing. Justin Herbert, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, Ricky Pearsall, Rome Odunze. Ladd absolutely ate my freaking lunch yesterday. Trey McBride, who did score a touchdown, Ken Walker in the Packers defense. I really made a effort to play the Packers defense in cash yesterday, or just in tournaments yesterday, not in cash. And man, it felt like a very good decision. And then watching every other defensive player alive, like, dude, it was crazy. Seahawks score, just insane. Did not feel good to watch that as someone who, because again, like, I'm never really paying up for defense. I'm never making it a point to pay up for defense. So that was annoying. Yeah, I wish I had 9 points. I mean, you just needed the Vikings, right? This guy, and I have no idea. I have no idea who this fella is. Big Penguin. He played this team with the Vikings defense in a bunch of contests and got a bunch. I mean, obviously he won a ton. He got 30 points from a 4% owned defense. He smashed Ricky Pearsall. He smashed Drake May. Got good results out of JT. This dude, I don't know who he is, but he won a ton of money yesterday. Yeah, I mean, Vikings versus Browning, really good. Seattle versus Rattler, really good. I mean, not that I certainly do not feel bad about playing the Packers, but just in the end, like jamming the Packers, obviously, maybe not the smartest decision I've ever made. Just being like, yeah, you got to play the Packers and everything. Do I think that advancing teams in BBM with CD will hold a distinct advantage? I mean, it's hard to say. I think that people probably focus on the narrowness of that stuff too much. Like Puka and CD are going to project very similarly in week 17. You know, and unless either of them has a huge blow up in week 16 or week 15, they're just not going to be over indexed that much in the final. That's just how it goes. How long do we I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. If it's a real gnarly high ankle, like if it's a real gnarly high ankle, he might just be out for the rest of the year. You know? Like some guys, when they bang up their ankle, are not right for the rest of the season. That's just how it goes. I don't know. You know, if I was a kinesiologist is not even right. You know, if I was an orthopedic surgeon or an ortho doc and I could more closely track ankle injuries. Yeah, I would say 4 to 6 weeks is generally what you hear about high ankle sprains, but that doesn't even always end up being correct. I mean, let's see. Here we go. Let's do some news. We'll do some, if in case you guys were not watching football yesterday, we'll do a week 3 injury recap. Colston Loveland injured his hip. He is going to be out for multiple weeks. CeeDee Lamb confirmed suffered a high ankle sprain. Tyrone Tracy dislocated his shoulder. That is the same, I believe that is the same injury that Worthy is technically diagnosed with. So I think he's going to be out. I would guess for a running back, you're probably going to be out at least a month, if not more. A low-grade hamstring injury for Mike Evans is not particularly great. Vrabel talking about Ramondre. Absolutely insane stuff right there. Malik Neighbors tilting. I think that's it. I mean, James Conner out for the year with the, James Conner season-ending ankle injury. Mac Jones re-aggravated a PCL injury that he had from training camp. Not great. Adrian Martinez is the 49ers' third-string quarterback, so we hope we don't have to watch him play. I like CeeDee Lamb lying right here, saying he absolutely feels like he can play in week 4. Torn Achilles for Najee Harris. Terry McLaurin did not play in the fourth quarter for the Commanders in their game. Now, he maybe didn't play in the fourth quarter because the game was not close, but he did injure his quad. Noah Fant had a concussion yesterday, which is not great. And I think that's it in terms of big fantasy football injuries. I think that is about it. Hey, Adrian Martinez, brother, Kansas State University. No, please. I cannot. I fell asleep yesterday at halftime of that game. And man, I felt never have I woken up and been more happy to have fallen asleep at halftime of a game than that Kansas City Chiefs game. So we've got some BR results. I played really, really well yesterday, at least in my opinion. I don't know, maybe you guys don't think so, but I had a 16th place finish in the Wildcat. Caleb Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Mason, Roma Dunze, a 12% drafted Garrett Wilson, was really high on him yesterday. Obviously, a 100% drafted Trey McBride. That was my best finish there. Had some other teams that were close, like some naked Drake May. Was a little bit higher in the field on Jake Ferguson. Obviously, this team absolutely stinks. Man, some of these were pretty close in the Wildcat, but I had a couple good teams in the main BR as well. Caleb Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Mason, JSN, DJ Moore at 22% drafted, Jake Ferguson at 66% drafted. And then the actual team that I thought I had a sweat with, I don't even know if I can find it. So I thought I had a decent sweat with this team. Bucky had 29 touches in this game, only ended up with 11 points, and then Adams and Metcalf just ended up not scoring enough points, just could not quite get there. Ooh, Coolers was one fantasy point away with Caleb unblocked to the top. Coolers, was that in the that was in the Wildcat? Oh, yep. That is yes. Patrick Barnes YouTube just smashing. Yes, of course we will ship on Underdog. But you guys know, I do just want you guys to know, if you're ever wondering for a primetime game if there is going to be an entry, you guys know I do these videos every week, always on YouTube Shorts and always on Instagram. I always do this. So my favorite one tonight, Amon-Ra St. Brown higher than 72.5 receiving yards. Lamar Jackson higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Sam Laporta lower than 4.5 receptions. There you go. Link to that. Oh, no, that's just a big old wall of text. Neither the USC nor the Indiana quarterback is going to win the Heisman. John Mateer from the University of Oklahoma is going to be the winner of the Heisman Trophy. And then the winner of the main Battle Royale, Fantasy Grinder, is a viewer of the channel. This is a man who watches myself, Chess Liam, the Badge Brothers. I believe that he purchased the Pete, John, and Nez UD Masterclass. Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Mason, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, and a 5% drafted Hunter Henry. How about that? This is just a very good team. Scrolls realizes that he's got a very chalky team. Hurts, JT, Mason, Nico, Adams, very chalky. And then he says, okay, I'm going to scroll. Bang. Yes. Fantasy Grinder, definitely one of the good ones. Also hangs out in the Chad chat. Oh, come on, brother. Come on, brother. I don't believe you. Not only is John Mateer winning the Heisman, the University of Oklahoma will be winning the national championship. Yes, this is the guy who had a typo in my Twitter @ so I was not tagged. Very, very good bit. Just a very good team. The number one projected quarterback of the slate, Jonathan Taylor. If you use projections from ETR, Run the Sims, wherever, Jonathan Taylor was projected better than Barkley, but was not going in ADP there. Jordan Mason was the absolute guy you had to do. Now, what's interesting about this guy's team is Nico projected very poorly relative to where he was being drafted. Yeah. So, and then I'm kind of surprised Adams was not closer to 100% drafted. If you're curious about Crane and BBM, you can go back about 7 minutes because I already searched Crane's teams. Yeah, Hunter Henry was the skeleton key. That is certainly true. Very good team, though. Happy for Mr. Fantasy Grinder. As Chad said, one of the good ones. Very strong team. and a purchaser of the masterclass. Just go get the Washington State Cougars quarterback every year in the NIL. It's true. Okay. Anything else interesting? I think my my single entry teams have been bad, which is kind of interesting. Like they must just be like chalk bullshit. Yeah, like this team just sucks. I mean, Walker ended up not mattering. Garrett Wilson was a good play, but Ladd was a bad play. Bowers, yeah. I mean, my Mason was my most drafted. Jonathan Taylor, my fourth most drafted, but a lot of McBride, a lot of Bowers, too much Herbert, too much Ladd, too much CD in hindsight, and too much Brian Thomas Jr. Ooh. Yeah, I do. So Kurz, you bring up something interesting, which is that I do probably, honestly, the easiest way to increase the members only stuff is going to be by doing the Sunday morning stream for members only. Not sure if I will do it, but the return on investment on those Sunday streams will obviously be a lot better if they were members only. But I feel good about my process in the Battle Royale stuff. That is 3 straight weeks with like a really good team. So, I mean, let's see. Maybe not in week 1. Maybe I didn't have a good team in week 1. Maybe I'm lying about that. Did I have a good team? Oh yeah. No, this was a pretty good team. Just got killed by T. Higgins. Yeah, I did not do the Wildcat in week 1. But yeah, I feel like we're kind of heading in the right direction. Would love to get a shipper on the DAWG application. All right, should we cook up an extra pick'em for tonight? Let's cook up a pick'em for tonight. So let's play this one. Let's play this one like a. I gotta look at the passing route data for Derrick Henry, because I assume it's really light. Yeah, Lamb was a smash. I mean, it just is what it is. Oh, I mean, I took T. Higgins 0 times last week. I am over on T. Higgins. I think I'm really hoping that tonight is like an all-timer. Yeah, should we do what's the Jacob Sanderson kicker play? All right, let's go Ravens running back. 33% of the routes, 6% targets per route run. How does that compare to last year for the Ravens? 33% of the routes, 12% routes run, 5% of the targets there. Yeah, we checked the Eliminator stuff. I literally am advancing. I had 46 teams and I'm advancing 20. So a little bit below expectation. All right, let's do. All right, first off, let's do Gibbs to score a touchdown. Second off, I just don't want to. I don't want to mess with Henry. Actually, is the thing. I just don't want to deal with it. Let's do David Montgomery less than 53.5 rush plus receiving yards. Let's do Bateman lower than 3.5 receptions. Let's do Justice Hill higher than 1.5 receptions, because this is gonna be an 8-legger. Let's do Khalif Raymond lower than 1.5 receptions. Man, I really like Flowers tonight. Let's do Flowers higher than 13.55 fantasy points. Can I do Lamar passing touchdowns with that? Yeah, I can. Can I do Lamar fantasy points? I can. So this is a 20x multiplier. Bates 1.5 field goals made. That gets us to 43. Tesla 1.5 receptions. Tesla 17.5 receiving yards. Tesla, kind of fun. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. $27 in Pick 'em Champions gets us to a $1,000. All right, here we go. Gibbs to score a touchdown. David Montgomery lower than 53 combo yards. Bateman lower than 3.5 receptions. Justice Hill higher than 1.5 receptions. Khalif Raymond lower than 1.5 receptions. Zay Flowers higher than 13.55 fantasy points. Lamar Jackson higher than 24.85. Tesla higher than 17.5. Now, let's do one. You guys make all the picks on this one. You guys make all the picks, and then if we win, I'll give away $100. So whatever you guys want, we'll do. And if we win, I'll give away $100. So start tossing them at me, and we will load them in there. Promo code Davis, by the way, if you're not signed up for Underdog. I mean, I assume all 262 of you watching right now are signed up for Underdog, but if you're not, I would love to have you. All right, Gibbs, longest rush higher, sold. Gibbs, longest rush, 15.5 higher, bang. Amon-Ra St. Brown to score a touchdown from swap meets. I actually like that one a good bit. Amon-Ra St. Brown to score a touchdown, 1.09. JMO over on longest reception. Jamison Williams, longest reception. Dude, 22.5 is a lot. Whatever, we'll do it. 22.5 is a lot, though. Laporta under 4.5 recs. I like that one a lot. We already got one Gibbs, one in. We'll do Avery once, longest reception over. Tesla, longest 12.5. All right, these are all Lions. You guys got to give me Ravens ones now. A lot of ways we can go. We could do Henry, we could do Lamar, we could do Flowers, but these are all Lions ones. So you got to give me something. Nuke over reception yards. All right. Hey man, it's your theoretical giveaway. You want me to go over 18.5 receiving yards for Nuke Hopkins? All right, we've got. Okay, you know what? I like this. I like this from Joey. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go Lamar. We're gonna do the ladder to 2.5 passing touchdowns for Lamar. We need one more. Justice Hill yards over. All right. We'll do 30.5 scrimmage yards for Justice Hill is a lot. I agree that Mark Andrews probably is due for a touchdown. What does that multiplier give us? Mark Andrews, touchdown. I can't do it with Lamar passing touchdowns. We'll do Zay something. Zay Flowers. We'll just do Zay Flowers receiving yards. That gets us to 139x. All right. 139x gives us All right. We're going to put $8 on this. And all you have to do to be eligible to win $100 is when this video is over, if you comment on this video, any of you guys who comment on this video and we win, you'll be able to. I'll give you $100 basically. That's all it is. $100 to a commenter if this DFS Pick Em Entry wins. There you go. $100 to a commenter if this entry wins. And I'll put the link there if any of you guys want to sweat that along with us. We did Gibbs higher than 15.5 longest rush, St. Brown to score, JMO higher than 22.5 for longest rec, Sam Laporta lower than 4.5 receptions, Tesla higher than 12.5 for his longest reception, DeAndre Hopkins 18.5 receiving yards, Lamar Jackson 2.5 passing touchdowns higher, Zay Flowers higher than 72.5 receiving yards. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, let's do our first look over. Actually, no, hold on. Let's do a PTP because I've not looked too close at this yet. So let's do a primetime Palooza first. Love that. Love the PTPs are tough, man. Prime time Palooza. Have some PTPs with Kareem Hunt from last night. I was not surprised by that at all. Most surprising game. What was the most surprising game this week? Maybe how good the Colts are. I don't know, man. Were you guys particularly surprised by any of the results from the games this week? I can't. Oh, yeah. Browns Packers. There you go. Browns Packers. The Packers just being completely unable to move the ball or do anything. Jordan Love took 5 sacks, threw a pick. Really pretty poor stuff from the Green Bay Packers. Didn't love it. Yeah, Seahawks special teams. Okay. Josh Downs. Yes, we will do the first look after this PTP. But I just want to see what the PTP has for us. Looks like, man, I don't really want to take Henry, so I'm going to take JSN instead of. Oh, Goff went 101, so I don't have to. I'll be able to get Lamar or Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I completely agree. Gadsden having a good game. That was really, really nice. Gadsden had the second most targets. Wow. All right, we will take Lamar. Gadsden had the second most targets of any Packers tight end in the Greg Roman Harbaugh era, behind Will Dissly had 1 11-target game, and then he also had a 7-target game. Well, I am going to take JSN. I guess maybe I should take Flowers, but I'm going to take JSN because I just think he's way better. Trey McBride, very interesting, but I got a feeling that the rubber band might snap back on our boy Mark Andrews in the PTP. I would say if you made me say the PTP skeleton keys right now, it's obviously Trey Benson should be going ahead. Charbonnet is also very interesting for these. I think that Tesla is pretty interesting in these. And then, I mean, ultimately, probably the winner of the slate is like, does one of Devontae Walker or Tylan Wallace get a cheap touchdown from Lamar? Wow, Bosa torn ACL. A torn ACL for Joey Bosa. Not loving it. All right. I got to figure out what I want to do at running back here. Do you want to take Benson this early? I mean, Ken Walker obviously, but Charbonnet probably is trending towards being picked. I've not looked at Survivor yet. We can look. We could do a Survivor first look. Let's do. You know what? I am going to take Trey Benson. Lamar Jackson, Trey Benson, JSN. No, I could. Do I take Mark Andrews or do I take a wide receiver? I think with Lamar, you got to take Mark Andrews. I got no freaking interest, actually, in Marvin Harrison Jr. None. De nada. Oh, Nick Bosa. Sorry. See, once you know a defensive player, Their career's already over. All right, Lamar, Benson, JSN. I mean, did I just win? Did I just win the PTP right now? You're a smart man, Keep the Chief. You're a smart man. Mark Andrews at 30 is not. I am not willing to say that Mark Andrews is dust. Maybe he is dust, but I don't know. I don't think he is. All right. Who do I want? The question is always, what do you do with your flex on these teams? I don't really want to take Bateman. I don't really want to take Hopkins, and I don't even think it's that wise. So do you take Justice Hill for a flex spot? Yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I am, because this team is already such a bet against Henry anyways. And then we take Tesla. I mean, this is probably dupe territory. Well, maybe not. How duped is this team going to be? Yeah, my best ball teams from last year can confirm that Tez Walker does not score 2 touchdowns every single game. Yeah, I am going to take Tesla. Easy game. Lamar Jackson, Trey Benson, Justice Hill, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Isaac Tesla, Mark Andrews. So we already got the winner. Yeah, Torrey Horton is a good player. Maybe going to send Cooper Kupp to the infirmary sooner rather than later. All right, what does the main BR look like this week? $50,000 to first. You love to 64,000 entrants. Okay. Wildcat 10K to first. The bomb 6K to first. The hurry up 2K to first. Engage 8. Victory formation. Third and long. Quarterback sneak. Fullback dive. Yeah, dude. It's beautiful. What a beautiful slate of games for us to play. All right, here we go. First look at the Battle Royale ADP this week. Let's see what we've got. Will we find a winner this week? The elusive victory. Battle Royale first look. Imagine you win with a team that you draft on Monday and you drafted 149 other teams. And you were like, well, why did I draft 149 other teams when I had the shipper on a Monday? Well, yes, people do. So this is a really interesting thing about fantasy football is, yes, people do overreact to small sample sizes, but there's also, what would you call it? There's pretty significant edge in interpreting the small sample size correctly at the beginning of the year. Like if you are right about the thing that happens early in the year, and then you get to have that override what you're doing in trades, override what you're doing in waivers and all that stuff, well, then you've set yourself up in like a great position to succeed. Man, is CMC the 101 this week? Or is it John? Wow. James Cook at the 101 against the New Orleans Saints. That I would not do. I don't think so. So quarterbacks, we've got Lamar versus Kansas City, Hurts versus Tampa Bay, Justin Herbert out. Caleb Williams is in a really good spot. You can take a lot of Jaden Daniels early in the week and do the swap thing again, just like last week. Daniel Jones against the Rams at quarterback 9 looks good. Don't love the Lions stuff that much this week. Geno looks good. Wouldn't really be taking Mahomes, sadly. Mahomes versus Baltimore. I mean, that's going to be a no-no. Rome as a second-round pick. Also don't think I'd be doing that. Wow, I mean, yeah, I will take second-round Derrick Henry against Kansas City. I mean, second, what is Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry's ADP is not going to close in the second round, is it? Elims teams that's going to cash is a 2-7-4-5 that I fell asleep for with Terry, Sutton, Thielen, and Keenan. That is, yeah. Ooh, Hampton too cheap early. Judkins. Okay. All right. It's good to make some mental notes. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have just snapped. My brain saw Derrick Henry at pick 11, and I was like, wow, that is nuts. I'm not going to select Brock Bowers here. You guys will probably think that I'm being crazy. I am like this knee stuff for Bowers does not feel great. So this is a bad wide receiver slate. All these wide receivers stink. Yeah, all these wide receivers suck. So let's go Jalen Hurts. I will probably not be like, normally I'm like 25% Bowers. I will probably be closer to like 16% with the field on Bowers this week. The knee stuff is concerning. If you cite Amari and Hampton as a reason to not draft the big dog. Yeah, Rams and Colts feel quite good. What other teams feel really good? I mean, honestly, the Bears feel pretty good. What's DJ Moore's ADP? Yeah, DJ Moore undrafted. Eagles Buccaneers could be kind of a sneaky one. I also think this is the first week that Trevion Henderson will be draftable. Yeah, Genty and Hampton were some of my late round calls last week. Dude, if I would have, I mean, famous last words, but if I would have maxed the dog bowl last week because I was tanking Hampton, I probably would have found myself a seat. I also am, maybe I'm the last person. I am not worried about Ladd McConkey. Are you guys worried about Ladd McConkey? My concerns on McConkey are really like zero. Ladd McConkey is just a good player. Zero concerns there. Tight end. Juwan Johnson, Harold Fannin, Brenton Strange is quite strong. Njoku in the dome. Njoku and Fannin in the dome feels pretty good. No. Sean Payton is so stubborn about this shit. All right, yeah, we're gonna do. Is Daniel Jones gone? Has Daniel Jones been picked? No. All right, we're gonna do Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. Oh, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if he's been picked because I have Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Tyler Bidet only played 2 snaps this last week. I mean, Neighbors is going to feel a lot better when Jackson Dart is his quarterback, I think. I think it's a little bit fair to be worried about Ladd's ceiling because playing with 2 guys who can earn targets instead of just one other guy who can earn targets is definitely bad. Are you saying this to not be blocked by Chessmaster? How can I, who's Chessmaster? Chess Liam? I'm not worried. Liam and I are friends, man. I am not on board for the Chess Liam hate. Liam is a spectacularly funny person. Knicks missed Mims twice. Knicks missed Marvin Mims on like what would have been an 80-yard touchdown and then like a 35 touchdown. Spags had a good game yesterday. Not that it is that hard to have a good game as a defensive coordinator, against Russell Wilson. But Spags did have a good game yesterday. He really is like the only Kansas City Chiefs guy who is doing his job. All right, we need a tight end. Let's just start the week off right. Harold Fannin Jr. against the Detroit Lions. Not going to be able to run that one. I did see this. I did see the Russ ending form sequence. Very, very funny stuff. Some of the funniest stuff you've ever seen. All right. We have got what? Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Ladd McConkey, Michael Pittman Jr., Harold Finn. You know what? Let's go check the Survivor. Let's go check what's going on over on Splash Sports. Tiers contest, not great. You guys can see. I did take some L's. Seems like the field got a little bit better at tiers contests this week. Didn't just easily walk in. Or any of you fellas winning? Tate 81, absolutely smashing. Rajon Rondo, that's a very funny name. How are you guys doing in the tiers, the Swolecast tiers contest? Are you smashing or what? Oof, Bijan in the touchdown contest. Yeah, so guys, I lost 2 survivors yesterday. I lost a Green Bay and I lost an Atlanta. Not my finest moment taking a team that scored 0 points in Survivor. 0 points. So we got 21 entrants in the pool picked the Packers. 18 picked the Falcons. 1 person picked the Texans. 1 brave soul picked the Texans. No one picked the Raiders. No one picked the Rams. No one picked the Broncos. No one picked the okay. I guess that's about right. I am hearing it's difficult to win with 0 points, so I'm down to 7 teams. All my teams, the Survivor contest with Reeves is still live. And let's look at week 4. So week 4, Vikings Steelers, that is not going to be a popular one. Eagles over the Buccaneers will be reasonably popular. Chargers over the Giants will be chalk. Bills over Saints. The Bills have such good future value. Commies Falcons. That one probably doesn't get picked a ton. Lions will get picked a good bit. Texans Titans. Do you think Texans? I wonder, do you guys think the Texans will end up being chalk because their future value is so light? Yeah, exactly. Texans Titans is about as good as it's going to get. Patriots maybe get a little bit of love. 49ers, interesting spot for the 49ers at home against the Jaguars. So there's like a lot of like marginal spots is what it looks like. Like you could pick the freaking Dolphins against the Jets, dude. I mean, I don't think I would, but I think you could. Yeah, could be a big Commanders. I wonder let's see what the Survivor grid has to say. So Survivor grid for week 4. Yeah, Houston, 1-star future value. Denver gets to play the Jets. Denver gets to play the Giants. Denver gets to play the Cowboys at home. Denver gets to play the Raiders at home. The Chargers don't have that easy of a schedule. Like, they're not going to be 6-point favorites over the Colts, even at home. Huh. Interesting stuff there. Yeah, don't want to waste the Bills yet because the Bills get in New England. The Bills get the Falcons. The Bills get the Panthers. The Bills get the Dolphins. The Bills get the Texans. The Bills are a huge mega future value. Yeah, you're either using one of your good teams or you are closing your eyes. My gut instinct on a Monday morning is the Texans. That's my first gut reaction. But I could see that one going either way. Yeah, I mean, in general, no, oh shit. You know what? You got to pick 2 teams next week. In Splash, you have to pick 2 teams. For week 4 and week 13, you will be required to select 2 teams. So that is going to complicate it. Yeah. So that people are going to do the Bills. People are going to do the Bills. People are going to do the good teams this week. People are going to take Detroit against Cleveland. Man, I tell you what, Denver against Cincinnati. I mean, that feels pretty easy. Should we do another BR? Just to kind of get a lay of the land? I think we should. I think we should do one more BR just to see what's out there. I like drafting these on stream just because it would be sick to find a shipper and then realize that you streamed the shipper. All right, we got a Schefter tweet. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb suffered a high ankle sprain. Unlikely to play versus the Packers. The Cowboys want to see how Lamb is doing in the next 10 to 14 days before making a future determination about his status. I mean, it's not what you want to hear. You'd love to hear, oh, he woke up today. He feels great. He's ready to go. Ankle's good. Hard to say. Yeah. Take chalk, then Rattler Olave. That I will not be doing, Behold. That I will not be doing. Maybe you could take, could you take Spencer Rattler in the 12-man? You could probably get away with, do they have 12-mans this week? Or up already? I guess they have the squib kick up. Oof. High ankle sprain for the #1 pick. I mean, frankly, I'm not loving it, dude. I'm not. Yeah, CD is a dog. That's true. All right, so I'm taking Puka in the first round because look at all these running backs, dude. Tony Pollard, Judkins, Trevion. Nah, you're not taking McWeapon. Hubbard is playable. Scatterboo is obviously playable. The scroll running backs look a lot better than the scroll wide receivers to me. Now, that's one of the things that you start to think about a lot differently over the course of the week. Is as you go through the week, you realize some wide receivers are better than your mental framework has them on a Monday. It's a lot easier to just look at running backs in week 1 and go, oh yeah, I mean, sweet. That info implies that CD's swelling is bad enough that an MRI would be inconclusive. You don't love it. Of the things you love to see, that is not one of them. No, Worthy is definitely not a must start. If Worthy plays, I expect him to probably play pretty poorly. All right, let's do, you know what? I'm taking Amari and Hampton. I don't care, man. Amari and Hampton is exactly who I said he was in last week's video. Amari and Hampton's a very good player. Sue me. Amari and Hampton is that guy. What if Xavier Worthy really goes 1,212? It's not happening. Yeah, I mean, if he the thing with Worthy is he's not gonna have like a 9-catch game. They don't want him getting tackled that often. He's gonna be Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's gonna be Demarcus Robinson. Maybe at best he can be Sammy Watkins. But you do not want that guy with a freaking dislocated shoulder getting tackled by safeties. Like the average NFL safety is so much bigger than him. Yeah, I mean he's cooked, bro. He's cooked. I've never wanted to be wrong about something more than this. All right, I got to take Bowers. I've never wanted to be wrong about something more than Xavier Worthy being cooked. I would love for him to return. He feels great. He's moving. Like I would love to be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Yeah, if he does a Lockett every play, that could work, James. I don't know why I had not perceived that thought yet, but if he just does a Lockett every play, he's gonna be awesome. If I had to guess right now, I would go under 500 yards for Worthy. Yeah, if you made me bet at all right now, you said you got to bet $1,000 over under Worthy 500 yards. I'm going under. I think honestly, I think he's a little bit better than Hollywood Brown. Yeah, well, that was kind of the thesis with Xavier Worthy. I mean, Tyquan Thornton just had what, 21 points last night or whatever. Doesn't matter. Can't get points on the sideline. All right, let's do Judkins, brother. Line me up, Quinshawn. And then we need a scroll wide receiver. You guys got to tell me, who are we taking as a scroll wide receiver in this slate? First, gut instinct. Debo looks good. Brian Thomas Jr. I'll go back to that. Well, Tet looks really good. I think we'll probably take Michael Pittman Jr. on this team because we're going to take Daniel Jones. DJ Moore looks good. Judy looks okay. This is probably getting a little bit too far. Juwan Jennings, if he plays, will be like totally unowned. Downs, yeah, Downs looks good. Too cool nose ball. Yeah, T-Mac is the guy you want. The Sims were simming. Yeah, the Run the Sims stuff had a good slate, I think. Well, at least they were good for me. Yeah, if only my Slayton teams were Tyquan Thornton teams. All right, let's do Daniel Jones. I could tell right now Daniel Jones is going to be one of my biggest stances. All right, let's go Colts. We got Michael Pittman. Wow, Downs has not even been drafted in a BR yet. I don't know if I've got it in me to click QJ. Can I click Quentin Johnston in 6-man BRs? I don't know. If the Dog Bowl is up, we will do one. And if the Dog Bowl is not up, we're gonna end the stream. Juwan Jennings with a third string quarterback. Yeah. And Adrian Martinez is not a throwing quarterback either. That much I can tell you. If you hid QJ's name, he would be drafted. Yeah, you're probably right, Nick. Okay. Here you go. We got Michael Pittman Jr. done. Daniel Jones, Amari Hampton, Quinshawn Judkins, Puka Nacua, Michael Pittman Jr., and Brock Bowers. All right, Josh says there's a Dog Bowl. Where is it? There we go. All right, water's warm. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, save. Drafts. See, I always, because the 12-man rankings are different. All right, here you go. DBQ. We filled it. Done. Just ask Wandale if Martinez can throw. Fair. All right, so this is where the scrolling will have to start. I remember at the beginning of the year last year that the Dog Bowl is actually overlaid a couple times, which is sort of interesting. Should I just be paying down at quarterback every week in big field GPPs? I mean, probably not. It's just very hard to make a universal rule about something like that. I mean, Jalen Hurts won people a bunch of money this last week. Lamar obviously has won people a bunch of money already this year. So you can't just say hard and fast, always pay down at quarterback. All right, we've got Josh is in this one. Charlie's in this one. E. Coxer is in this one. Ingelks is in this one. He's already won a seat. And GPNGC is in this contest as well. All over Hurts doubles. Well, I mean, Gino got you because he was attached to Trey Tucker. Yeah, sometimes stuff just happens. Like sometimes throw moon balls to Wandale Robinson, and there's just not really anything you can do about that. All right, so I'm drafting from the 11 spot. What happens if you win 2 seats? You get to draft 2 teams. They function independently of each other. But yeah, and you can't win any more than 3. Lawrence is the scroll quarterback this week with no Bosa. The Niners have no pass rush. That is a good question, Jake. That is a good question. I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works. Do you get multiple hotel rooms? I would assume they probably just change it into cash, but all right. How far down do the scroll running backs go? ETN, Henderson, JCM. Pacheco is probably not clickable. So not Tootin maybe. And obviously the scroll wide receivers go real deep. Yeah, like Josh Downs is clickable. Don't think Tyquan's clickable, but kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I assume Daboll does want to bench Russell Wilson, but has not done so yet. Unclear why that's happening, but and Chris G is in here. So we do have a real friends and family. I got to be real, not that interested in taking Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts because quarterback feels pretty deep. Yeah, all right. I am just going to take Malik Neighbors. There's just it can't possibly be that bad. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe the projections will come out and say that I'm really stupid for this, but ugh. Locke came in for Darnold instead of Milroe. Yeah, I mean, I think they've told us that's what they plan on doing. All right, we're going to take Hampton. So we have Neighbors and Hampton set up for game stacks there. Scroll tight ends. We've got Fannin. We've got Strange. We've got, how about Mark Andrews? That is pretty interesting. Yeah, Saints game is obviously perfect for Dart. I mean, that has probably been their plan the entire time. And I would assume that they don't want to deviate from that plan. Oh yeah, I mean Milroe has got a long road to hoe. Yeah, week 14 bye, so there's not an easy opportunity in the schedule. Yeah, I believe Milroe was active. Yeah, because they are using Milroe on like some design stuff, which is sort of interesting. Like using him as an actually good version of Taysom Hill. Yeah, Darnold was PFF's highest rated quarterback. I don't know about that Darnold is 100% safe with the management, that they clearly believe Dart is their guy. I certainly do not know about that. I don't think Daboll is 100% safe. When did the midseason NFL contest drop? I would guess they might not be doing that this year because they released the second quarter contest instead. And furthermore, they also are doing larger battle royales. The battle royales have been significantly larger, and the drafters have been more hungry for them. I believe the main battle royale has filled early every week, regardless of the size that they have made it. So, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but I would think that the midseason, I think if you want a midseason contest, you should just play the second quarter. It's just tough for them to fill a contest of the size that they would need. Like, no one wants to play because it's $30K to first. But if they made a $50K to first, they don't it might not fill because that requires a lot of time because you're doing 18-round drafts. And a lot of people are obviously less tuned out of the Dog Bowl. All right, what do I want to do with this next pick? How big of a bump does Pickens and Igbuka get with the injuries? Not that big of a bump for Igbuka. I actually think that Igbuka probably is a little bit worse if it's just him, Sterling Shepard, Tez Johnson, and Ryan Miller. But Pickens will get a massive boost. Pickens will get a massive boost. 7% Trey Tucker. Yeah, I wish every Jack Besh team that I had was a Trey Tucker team. Yeah, Turpin looked good in that game. Yeah. Now, Don, let me push back on this. Cade Otton has a 90% route rate this year and has 2 back-to-back games with 0 targets. So the Cade Otton season, it was great. Yeah, well, that's true. And then he did have those 2 crazy weeks. How many points do you want to expect your lap? I don't know. There's no way to there would be no way to standardize that, Jared. You just want your last pick to contribute. Or maybe you don't, right? Or maybe you don't. Because if all of your last round picks are contributing like right away, it probably means you didn't take enough swing on uncertain situations. Like if you're not taking some Anthony Richardson zeros, if you're not taking some zeros, it probably means that you were playing too risk averse. Yes. Yeah. I have seen these clips. They look really bad. Bowers does not seem healthy. Seems like he might be doing the what is it? The Kyle Pitts situation, or Kyle Pitts ruined his knee and was never the same. All right. I'm taking a stance. I'm gonna take Trevion Henderson. I don't expect the woke liberal media to agree with me on that one, but if Henderson can't do it here, it's over, bro. I think they said it was a PCL. Biggest news this week. I mean, I guess it's James Conner broke his ankle. Probably. It's probably the biggest news this week. All right. So the question is, do I want to take? Oh no, I don't. I need to take a wide receiver that I could stack. Yeah, I need to take a wide receiver I could stack. Oh, do I? Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take Daniel Jones here. And I'm going to set up whichever Colts player comes back to me. Well, based on my understanding of the specific injury that Brock Bowers has, there is not much of a risk of him making this specific injury worse. Like the damage has already happened. And, 50% of Brock Bowers is better than Ian Thomas. So I think they are just going to keep playing Bowers. If you can't handle me at my A-Rich, you don't deserve me at my Daniel Jones. Feels fair. My biggest hits or misses this week. Amari and Hampton, I guess, was a big hit. Did I miss on anything this week? Genty. I was buying pretty hard on Genty, and he did not have a very good game. I have 20%, 25% Connor, 30%. That is bittersweet. Yeah, losing Connor sucks. The Cade Otton hype. Well, I mean, a lot of people remember this game is what you will find. A lot of people. Cade Otton has had 2 unbelievable games in his career. 981-2 against Atlanta, 6 for 70-2 against Houston, 8 for 77-1. So he's had people do remember. Oh yeah, I was wrong about Ladd too. I had a big stance on Ladd. When are you gonna pause on Genty? Honestly, probably I won't, Kevin. I would say Genty is the type of guy I'm just gonna buy until it goes to 0. Easy to buy in on Ashton Genty and site credits. No, the injured player that I was all in on already got injured. His name is Xavier Worthy, and he is he's already injured. All right. Let's do what do I want to do at tight end? What are my options here? Komet, I think, is a total loser pick. I'm not interested at all. They're just going to play Durham Smythe. Noah Gray is a loser pick. Likely is a loser pick because I don't want to. I maybe, and I don't know. Maybe this is a leak, but I don't want to be swapping in 12 mans. Is that a leak? I just do not want to be setting up my teams to do swaps in 12 mans. Like that feels like sabotage because it just feels like so hard to set yourself up. Well, Kyle Pitts was on my best team. Or Kyle Pitts was on one of my best teams. Kyle Pitts was on my best Jalen Hurts, Jordan Mason, Jonathan Taylor team this last week. So he is currently really tilting me, Jeremy. Because obviously if I had Hunter Henry or Dallas Goedert on that team, I win. So Kyle Pitts getting 5 points on that team made me sick. No, Komet is not a good click. When Colston Loveland got injured, nothing at all changed with his usage, and they just bumped up Durham Smythe. Komet is a bad click. Take it from me. Cole Komet sucks, and Burden playing more is actively really bad for him too because those are targets from him. Had a JT, AJB, Hurts, Puka, Mason team. Yeah, I mean that it sucks, dude. My 2-2-10 for auto drafted BBM team is winning its pod by a good amount. No, DJ Moore was. I thought DJ Moore was one of the biggest winners yesterday. It was a nice little celebration with he and Caleb Williams on the bench yesterday. All right, welcome to the team, Joshua. Well, God, do I just do unstacked, uncorrelated with Juwan Jennings? No, we'll do downs. The guy behind me doesn't have a tight end, so if I want one, David Njoku. Yeah, David Njoku. Look at that. There's some good game theory from your boy. Do I have any recommendations for microphones? This one I have is really good, but it's expensive. I didn't buy it. Soccer Dave bought it for me. I would tell you if you are just starting out, this microphone right here, the Shure, there's a pretty good, the Shure MV6 gaming microphone. It's $169, or the Shure MV7X. Those are both pretty good microphones for if you're just starting out. Shure spelled SHURE. I literally thought Caleb hugging DJ Moore was one of the most bullish things I saw in the whole game. All right, first Dog Bowl team of the week is Daniel Jones, Amarian Hampton, Trevion Henderson, Malik Neighbors, Josh Downs, and David Njoku as our tight end. I'm going to get out of here. I will, of course, be back with you guys tomorrow. I'll be back with you guys Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Never going anywhere. Swolecast tomorrow at 11 p.m. Central Time. So I'll see you fellas then. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.